In contrast, the structuralist writer is going to want to develop the structure first and then illustrate each of those story points as they're actually going to appear as real people, places, and things. Let's see how a structuralist then would use the story points window. First, we're going to need a structure. This isn't the area to develop a structure, so let's just arbitrarily pick one with the brainstorming tool. We can simply click on Spin the Model, and an arbitrary story form out of the 32,768 available will be chosen randomly by Dramatica. When we click OK, that story form is now functional throughout the file. And returning to the Story Points window, we can see the structural items now fill in the item column. The structuralist writer now will base the storytelling that they do on the structural items that have been chosen. So for example, here with the story point appreciation called Main Character Resolve, the item chosen was Change, meaning, in terms of definition, the main character changes her essential nature while attempting to solve the story problem. The structuralist writer will open up the storytelling area and now illustrate how the main character changes her nature. That information will be entered here, and as a little extra help, because we know the main character has changed, here's information about how a main character needs to change to fulfill this story point structurally. Once the information has been entered, the window is closed, and the structuralist writer can refer to what they've written when they answer other information about other structural story points. As with the inspirationist writer, the structuralist writer can also move up and down the list, filling in first those storytelling areas for which inspiration strikes. Then, seeing the work that's already been done and comparing one illustration to another, inspiration will come to the structuralist about how to illustrate other story points for which no creative concepts originally occurred. Ultimately, the structuralist writer will be able to fill in information about all of the remaining story points, ensuring that not only will the structure be complete, but so will the information that the audience receives as well. A much more complete discussion of how structuralist and inspirationist writers will use the story point window is contained in the creative writing section of this program. But before we leave the story points window, there are just two other features to look at. This pull-down menu allows us to jump easily to different aspects of our story, for example, to plot points, or down to the overview points, dealing with backstory and the like. Also, by selecting any one of the story points, we can either double-click to open it up for storytelling, or we can simply click on the Edit Storytelling button, and that accomplishes the same thing.